Okay, what's your name and what do you do?
My name is Matt Black. I'm a tattoo artist.
How long have you been tattooing?
I've been tattooing for about 18 years.
And how long have you worked here?
I've been here for about 8 or 9 years.
How did you get started in tattooing? Like, when did you realize?
I was interested in it when I was younger. I followed a bunch of pretty famous people out in California and actually was able to interact with them and talk to them and go and hang out. They would let me sit with them and ask questions when they were working. I never really got an official apprenticeship, but I had some good pointers.
So you were self-taught, but you were able to interact with some big names in the industry?
Yes, ma'am.
Who were they? And what did they teach you?
Franco Viscavi. I used to go and watch him work. Mostly it wasn't like teaching, it was just me watching how they tattooed and how they went about it and their techniques and all that fun stuff.
Were you getting tattooed by them, or they just, like, you were cool enough they let you in there? Wow. You're lucky. And so who would you say were your, like, greatest mentors as far as who you looked up to?
My friend Baba, he owns a shop called Vintage Tattoo out in California. He comes here every once in a while for the convention downtown. He's taught me a lot. He was a hard ass on me, so I got that fun stuff.
Are there any tattoo artists like nowadays that you really would like to get tattooed by?
So many. I have no room left.
What do you think? What is some advice for somebody that wants to be a tattoo artist? Because, like, you've been doing this for a long time. You got into it in kind of an unconventional way. Did you used to live in California?
I lived in California. I was born and raised in California. I would say mostly the biggest fundamental is to be able to draw and know your shading and colors and all that fun stuff. I've been going to art school ever since I was like 10 years old. From when I was younger all the way through high school. And I actually went to the Art Institute for a while in Seattle. So I've been around it my whole life. I was third generation artist. My mother, my father, and my grandmother were all painters.
So you, kind of like myself, consider yourself an artist first, and then when did you realize tattooing was it?
I've been drawing myself ever since I was in grade school. I have pictures when I was like 10 years old of me painting dragons on my chest and drawing Sharpie sleeves on me, and I've always been drawn to it. I never really knew how to get into it, and then when I was old enough to get into it, I was too concerned about chasing girls and partying and having fun, so I didn't really pursue it until I was like 29, 30 years old.
What type of tattooing are you really into doing? Like, what's your favorite style?
I like doing realistic animals. I love doing Japanese stuff. Anything comic book, sci-fi, I obviously would like to do. There's a lot. I mean, I like doing geometric stuff.
Do you do any other kind of art still other than tattooing, like when you're not at work?
Unfortunately, no, I don't really have time.
So what do you do outside of tattooing?
Outside of tattooing, I build and race cars. I've been very involved with animals. I have lots of reptiles, snakes and lizards, and I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, and all kinds of fun reptiles.
Are you accepting new clients still?
Always.
So if somebody wanted to get tattooed by you, what's the best way they could go about it?
You can either text me. My phone number is on all of my social media, or you can message me through any one of the Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever.
Is there any kind of tattoos that you won't do?
Racist tattoos?
What's a favorite tattoo that you've done? Like one of your favorites?
I don't really have a favorite. I'm one of those people that's always overcritical of everything. Even when somebody else tells me it looks great, I can always find something wrong with it.
Do you think you have a specific style? Like, are you known for doing a certain type of tattoos?
I don't think so, but apparently everybody else thinks I'm really good at black and gray, and that's all I do.
Do you prefer black and gray or color?
I honestly like doing color. It just depends on their skin and how well they take the color and how hard it is to work with.
So you did say you have a lot of animals. Do you consider yourself a dog or a cat person?
I just like them all. I don't really. I've had parrots. I've had just about everything.
Okay. Soft or hard shell tacos?
Depends on what's in them.
So it doesn't really matter what is wrapped in, but what's in. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the most challenging part of your job? Like,
Getting the ideas across between the customers and making sure that they're getting what they want and it's still a viable tattoo and still will work and last over time, as opposed to just getting something cheap and fast and, oh, let's do it like this because I want it like this. It doesn't always work out that way.
I know it is really difficult communicating with clients and working with them on making sure that they get what they want, and sometimes people have a hard time explaining what they want.
My favorite clients are the ones that say, this is kind of what I want, do what you want, and then they get the best artwork.
Yeah, for sure. And what is the most rewarding thing about this? Doing it.
Making people happy and having a bunch of people that trust me to do what I can do and not question me and put forth the effort to make it awesome.
Would you consider yourself a successful tattoo artist?
Some months.
But I know for me, like, this job, you know, as an artist, you like doing this because you're an artist. So there's always that, you know, oh yeah, you get to do art every day and, you know, get paid for it. Sometimes we get paid, sometimes we don't, you know, with the up and downs. And
Sometimes it gets very draining, especially when you're here as much as I am. I'm here 6 to 7 days a week sometimes and months on end just to get going.
so what would you say? Because I'm sure there's plenty of people that would love to be in your chair right now. Like, they want to be a tattoo artist. What advice would you give them?
Work hard, put your nose to the grindstone, as you could say, and concentrate on art. And once you find your niche of art, or if you want to do a niche of art, then find somebody who you look up to as a mentor and ask them to tattoo you, and then build a relationship with them, and then ask them if they will give you an apprenticeship. A lot of people don't do that anymore. Everybody just goes and buys machines off of the internet and starts tattooing their friends and thinks that they can do whatever they want.
Would you give somebody an apprenticeship?
I have in the past,
Would you do it again?
possibly.
Maybe just not right now.
Yeah, not right now.
Do you have any plans for the future?
Not really, just kind of taking it one day at a time.
Okay, so just one more time, if somebody wants to get tattooed by you, what's the best way that they could go about that?
Any of my social media is very easy to find and also easy to get a hold of me through any facet of email, through FB Messenger, Instagram, and all of them have my cell phone number on it, so you can text me and do not call.
So potential clients, is there one thing you want them to know before they try hitting you up?
I only book out like a week or two in advance. I don't really like booking out really far because people forget, stuff comes up, and it just turns into a hassle.
Well, that's good. Yeah, because I think a lot of people maybe won't even attempt to try to book an appointment because they think you're already booked up, you know? Okay, cool. Thank you. Is there anything else you want to say?
Nope.